Hi, this is Debbie Bry, Presidential Founder of Team Beautifully Polished. Today I want to talk to you about organizing your business. This is going to make all the difference in the world to you if you can figure out a system that works. The more organized you are with your things, the more ready you're going to be when someone wants to have a nail bar, when it's time to leave for a nail bar, when it's time to leave for a vending event, when it's time to make calls. The more prepared you are and the less time you have to spend scrambling around to get things together, the more apt you're going to be to schedule these things and to get out there and do your business. So I'd like you to get a pen and paper and be ready to take some notes. Okay, so one of the first things you're going to want to do is make labels. Label your catalogs, label your nail strips, get some form of a blitz card or something. All of them you're going to want to put your labels on. That way if someone buys your stuff or you're handing things out, you have a label on it. Maybe you're going to label the back sheet of your order form. If you're using paper order forms and you're handing them the yellow sheet, stick labels on the yellow sheet. If they save that, they have your contact info. On your catalogs, again, if you're handing them out, you want them to have contact info. Nail strips, so on here you see I have a little round one. Eventually we'll be getting new packaging, so maybe you're going to be able to use a different one. I didn't want to cover up anything, so I used a small round one. I also carry around blitz cards. On these, I have my label on the back. So if somebody wants to get a sample, I'm ready to go. They're in my purse. They have my information. On the front, they have a Tuesday and a nail prep pad ready to go with application tips. So make sure all that stuff is labeled. Do a chunk of them all at one time. Don't do one at a time. Do a whole bunch, and that way you have them for a while, and then maybe it's once a month you're going to sit down and redo these again. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do for organization is get hostess packets ready. Again, the more organized you are, the easier it is to just grab these things when you need them. So maybe you're going to schedule it once a month that you are going to make hostess packets. So anytime someone's interested in having a party, you're going to want to have hostess stuff ready to go for them. In this hostess packet, you're going to want to have printed off a jump start sheet, the comp plan. And the reason we do that is if they think about the business, plant the seed now. They can see that stuff in their packet. You're going to want to have a wish list for them to pick out nails that they're going to want. Some catalogs, maybe 5 to 8 catalogs. The same with order forms in case they get any orders outside their party. You're going to want to have some 2-finger testers for them to pass out to people and some nail prep pads. So have all of this in a little bag ready to go. Someone says they're interested in hosting a party, boom, you're ready to hand them this packet. You don't have to scramble to get everything together. You've got a whole bunch made up at your house. Along with that, I would also have sponsoring packets ready. If someone's interested in the business, have a packet ready to give them. So in this packet, you'll want to have some of the same things, the jump start, the comp plan. We have a 20 reasons why on Color Street. You can find some of these things in Trello. You are going to want to have, we have kind of a hostess pack, hostess nail bar, I guess, to go that has great like application tips. So you can find some of these different documents on our Trello board. So put these sponsoring packets together. That way, if someone wants information on the business, you can either send them information through Trello or LFI, which those are other separate training calls, or have this packet ready to hand them. All right, next thing you're going to want to do is organize your nail sets and Tuesdays. How do you keep them at home? Just so, again, they're ready to go. You have a party, you can just grab whatever carrying case you're using. At home for my Tuesdays, I ordered these. They're actually for tea bags, and it keeps it pretty nice. I have them sorted by styles. I have a couple different cases like this. That way I can just grab them out of different categories when I'm ready to go, and then I put them in my carrying case. So figure out how you are going to organize those. Keep them organized. I keep them on my shelf so I know they're there. Organize your lead slips and customers. There's all sorts of ways you can do this, but you're going to want to figure out the way that works best for you. Is it a notebook? You know, some people I do like handwritten things. You know, I have a notebook that I just have customers. I kind of started here. I tried that. Then kind of switched over to a system on note cards where I switched them all to note cards. Some people keep it in their phone. on, if you have the Shuffle app, some people are keeping their customers in there. Of course, we have the customer base in our back office, but the biggest thing is if you get a lead slip from an event and they don't order, or you did any kind of cash and carry, whatever you do, you've got to get those people into your customer base. So however you're doing it, make sure you enter those people, because your back office, unless you enter them, is only going to have people that place orders, not all the people that you've touched on. Maybe you're going to start a separate folder in your email, and every time you get a new email address, you're going to add them into that Color Street folder. So figure out the way that works best for you, and then how are you going to manage it? How are you going to know? Like on my note card, I can mark when I've called them and I date it, so I know if I get birthday information, or if I do any type of customer calls, again, I can date it and I can write anything about them and keep it on that card or in that notebook. That's why I personally like to write things. Okay, so figure out how you're going to do that. There's no right or wrong way, but you just want to find the best way that works for you. The next thing is different notebooks. I personally have one for customers. I have one because I have a team. So when I get, I have calls with stylists. I have another one that I keep when I get calls with my leaders. And I have another one that I commit to just training calls. I love having notebooks. It keeps me organized. Figure out a way for you to organize all these different things. If you start taking notes everywhere on all the different things you're learning, you're not going to be able to find it. So for all these different training calls and videos you're doing, I would keep it in one notebook. Date it, write the theme or the topic of the training call, and then you have it right there at your fingertips that you can refer back to it. So figure out how you're going to do it. Then all of your stuff. This is the next thing to organize, and the final thing I'll talk about today. What are you going to do with your nail prep pads, your cuticle sticks, the things for vending events, the things for parties, your order forms, your catalogs? I personally have a dresser, and oddly enough, it's the dresser when you first walk in my house, but nobody knows that. But it has 3 drawers. And so I can go in there. I keep vending event things in one. In another drawer, I keep catalogs and order forms, all the stuff from my kit and business supplies. I keep cards in there to send out to people. So I have it all in those 2 drawers. It tucks away. Like I said, I keep my twosies and nail sets separate, but that's kind of all the other supplies that I use. Again, the more organized you are, and if things are not just everywhere, the more you're going to find it's going to become much easier for you to work on your business. All right? So get organized. Again, I'm going to just touch on it one more time. Labeling things, number 1. Number 2, your hostess packets. Number 3, sponsoring packets. Number 4, organizing your nail sets and your twosies. Number 5, organizing your customer base. How are you going to put them together? Number 6, keeping notebooks for organizing calls and team and leaders, wherever you are in your business. How are you going to organize all that? And number 7 is, where are you going to put all your supplies? Organize those and put it in a place where you know you can find things. All right, so that is my training for today. Get organized, and I promise you it's going to be much easier to run your business when you know where to go for everything. Have a great day.